everybody. It's your boy Between the Game Sports. We are back with another live. Today, the day folks have been waiting for, especially down there in Houston. We've got the Texas Southern Tigers. Texas Southern Tigers taking on the Jackson State Tigers as it's going down. Let me fix my audio. Undefeated Jackson State on the road, ready to rock and roll. Appreciate the early birds that are in here. Again, make sure you let yourself be known as we have Sister Sybil Gordon is in saying amen. Timothy Cornelius was in here before we started. Appreciate you coming through. And what time is the game? Game is at 6. I see people in the comments putting in there. Go JSU. Jay Blue is in the building. St. Doug is here. Appreciate you coming through. America's Pastor Travels always shows up. Man, interesting, man, especially after last night. Prairie View taking the loss to Alcorn, as people will be getting on me about my pronunciation. That loss last night was hurtful for Prairie View. It gives TSU, who is tied for second right now with Southern, gives them a chance. Gives them a chance to go 4-2 today if they pull off this upset. And it would be an upset of ages, I believe. And folks were saying last night, they were saying that this might be the weekend of upsets. It started with Mississippi Valley on Thursday, beating Alabama A&M. And then last night, technically Alcorn going into Prairie View. Prairie View was, again, lone wolf in first place yesterday, and they take a loss. So now folks are saying that TSU and Andrew Body and the rest of those Tigers over there down in the H, can they pull off this this tremendous upset brewing? And in my opinion, I just don't think so. I don't think they have enough firepower, man. Jackson State hasn't been beaten in the SWAC in basically 2 years, right? They were, let's see, what were they? 10-0 last year in the SWAC, and they're now 8-0. So for them to pull this off, they're going to have to play a perfect game. And Stony Stout says just touchdown at H-Time. I wish I was there. Jay Blue here in Houston headed there around 2 p.m. The game is at 6. The World Series game is here tonight. There's something else going on too. Hey man, in Houston the last couple of weeks, it has been crazy, right? So last Friday you started off the first World Series game was down there in Houston last Friday. It was a tip-off to Texas Southern's homecoming, and it was a tip-off to Prairie View's homecoming, and I believe there was a concert there also, man. And the Rockets might be playing there tonight as well. So downtown Houston is going to be crazy. As y'all see, I got the background for folks who not understanding what that background is. That is the PNC Stadium. That's where the Houston Dynamo plays at. I believe that's where some of the World Cup games are going to take place in the next couple of years. They're down at PNC Stadium. It's right on if you're on 59, it's on the left side of 59, right across from Minute Maid Park, which is where the Astros play. So that area is going to be stupid packed. I was supposed to be there, but it is what it is. Can't make it. So we're going to end up doing the game later today. 6 o'clock, we'll probably kick off at probably about 5:30. 5:30. Peach Blossoms is here, so let's go. Big Blue. Sharon Brooks is here early. Great breakfast, ready for some morning tea. Not really a tea person in the morning. I'll drink it at night to kind of help ease me into my sleep. But I just had an egg sandwich with spare legs. Just made some eggs. They didn't really feel like doing toast. This stadium should look nice and packed. Yeah, it's supposed to be a sellout. Supposed to be a stone. The weather is dope down here. Yeah, not up here, man. It's. I got up this morning. It was like 43 degrees up here in North Texas, man. And I'm not really my thing, but it is what it is. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. If you're on Facebook, got the Facebook stream going today. Hit that like button. If you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel. Subscribe. Once you subscribe, hit that bell button. But back to the game. My honest opinion, I just don't think Texas Southern has enough firepower to keep up with Jackson State. Jackson State, again, undefeated, 5-0 in the SWAC East. They control their own destiny. Even if they lose one of these last couple of games, I still think they finish first. And Texas Southern, again, one game behind now. One game behind Prairie View. They're tied with Southern for second place. And then I think Southern holds the tiebreaker, maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure about that. It's going to be a wacky ending to the SWAC West of things. Again, Prairie View's 4-2 after the L they took last night. Oh, that was a heartbreaking L. I don't know if y'all saw that game. The young man, the receiver, I think his dad played for Southern back in the day. To tie the ball game. It was in overtime. Prairie View was a beautiful, beautiful slant route. The guy's wide open. He was so wide open. He could have caught that pass and ran down 290 all the way back to Houston, and he would have never got caught. That's how open he was. And he dropped the ball. And that was on the first possession of Prairie View's in overtime. Then the next play, I think they ended up getting a penalty or a sack or something like that. And then fourth down, they throw a heave to nobody in the end zone, and Alcorn picks it up. So heartbreaking loss for Prairie View. But as of now, they're still at 4-2. 4-2. If Southern can beat FAMU today, that puts them at 4-2 as well. So SWAC West is up for grabs, in my opinion. But I don't think TSU has enough to just beat these dudes today. Again, Jackson State is averaging over 40 points a game. They've been averaging over 40 the whole season. Started off with the big win over FAMU. I think they had, 62 that game? Can't remember. I did that game. But that seems so long ago. So long ago. Feels like the season just started. And Texas Southern is averaging right at 26, coming in at 5th. Not bad. But again, when you're unable to stop Jackson State like most teams have, it's a long day. And if you know anything about Texas Southern, you've seen anything about them this year. I've seen the Prairie View game, the first game of the season. I've seen here and there bits throughout the rest of the season. The quarterback of Texas Southern, Andrew Body, he's been basically running for his life a whole lot this season. And with Jackson State and the pressure that they can put on opposing team's quarterback, I expect him to be running around a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if Jackson State don't end the game with probably about 6 sacks. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't end the game with about 6 sacks. Niles Gaddy, who started off strong, he needs to make his presence felt. And even if he doesn't get a sack, he needs to be disruptive. He needs to be in the backfield. He needs to just, push in the pocket, collapse in the pocket, all that good stuff, and having this other guys coming through and making plays. Now, Andrew Aubrey Miller has been a man on a mission, especially since he got that bogus targeting call a couple of weeks ago. I think that was against somebody help me out if I'm wrong. I can't remember. It wasn't Campbell. Might have been the game before Campbell. Can't remember. I wrote the PV last night for the Alpha game. Either one seemed like they wanted to win. The game people was calling it was trash. Some folks were saying it was trash. And we got to understand, not every game is going to be appealing to the eye. It's really not. That's how football is. Sometimes football is just an ugly game. Peach Blossom says PV did not look like that. Did not look good last night. And a lot of folks in the chat last night was saying PV is it was basically a mirage type of team, saying they really weren't that good and their record didn't reflect that. And again, they had some wins that a lot of folks thought they should, especially against Bethune-Cookman. What was that, 2 weeks ago? Bethune-Cookman had them down a lot. And somehow, some way, Bethune-Cookman keeps shooting themselves in the foot, the same way they did last year, where they cannot close out games. They had about 5 or 6 games last year where they lost less than 6 or 7 points. So Bethune-Cookman stayed true to who they are as of now, and they let Prairie View come back and get that game. And Prairie View, that should have been a loss on their record. I can't remember who else. Southern ended up blowing the doors off of them probably about a month ago. So folks were betting on Southern to be the ones to represent the SWAC West in the SWAC championship game coming up here in about a month, I think, something like that. And Jay Blue said, yeah, he dropped that pass, man. He dropped that pass. Oh man, you're talking about smoking it, man. Good Lord. L Boogie says, yeah, that 4-4. This shouldn't be competitive as long as JSU is on their game, and hopefully so. And for me, man, I I don't care who wins the game. I want to see a competitive game. I want to see a competitive game in it. And that don't mean it has to be a shootout, 35 to 27, going into the fourth quarter, anything like that. I just want to see a game where guys compete, where both teams are making big plays, where Texas Southern's defense is making plays in the backfield, causing Shedeur to get off his line, anything like that. I want to see Andrew Body. Can he be the guy? Because a lot of folks are saying that he is the the second. Excuse me. A lot of folks are saying he's the second best quarterback in this conference behind Shedeur. And if I'm Andrew Body, man, I've had this game circled. I have this game circled in my calendar because the competitiveness and the pride keeps in. Because everybody is talking about Shedeur, right? Everybody is talking about Shedeur. And if I'm Andrew Body, I'm saying, hey, hold up. Don't forget about me. And I think he was preseason second team all conference. So if I'm Andrew Body, I had this game circled. I want to go out there and perform. Everybody's going to be watching. Folks are traveling. Jackson State fans travel well. You got a lot of folks that love Coach Prom from his days when he was playing for the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of folks from Dallas are traveling down. So it's packed. It's sold out. The World Series is going on. Andrew Body, this is your time to shine. And I always say this. Big-time players make big-time plays and big-time games. No such thing as a bad game in a big game. All right? No such thing as a bad game in a big game. And Andrew Body, this is your chance to say, hey, don't forget about me. Right? I put in some work as well. We have to about 50 people, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Ooh, headphones killing my ears today. And as I stated earlier, Jackson State is averaging 40 points a game. Texas Southern is fifth in the conference, averaging almost at 26 points a game, basically. What can they do to stop this vaunted offense of Jackson State? This vaunted offense of Jackson State is going to be hard to keep these guys out of the end zone with all of the weapons that they have. And I didn't even talk about the running game, which a lot of folks feel Jackson State should do more. And it's because Shedeur Sanders, your dad is the coach. They want to highlight you. They want you to be in the Heisman talk. So I'm not mad at that at all, right? Shedeur is the face of the program right now. But a lot of folks feel that Jackson State should run the ball more. And it's obvious that when they get in trouble sometimes, they end up depending on Mr. Wilkerson. It's Savion Wilkerson, I think is his name. I keep wanting to say Savion. Maybe it's Savion. Savion Wilkerson. And when they get in trouble, and it showed in a couple of games. It showed in the game before Kimball, and I cannot remember who they played before Kimball. They came out a little dusty, a little rusty in the second half, and I called it. I said, I'm pretty sure this next series, they're going to get a heavy dose of Mr. Wilkerson. And sure enough, that's exactly what they did. And he got him down to the goal line. I think he ended up scoring on that possession. So when Jackson State gets in trouble and finds themselves not being able to pass like they want to, they will go to the running game. But a lot of folks are saying that they want to see them establish a running game a little bit earlier. And I've been calling for that a little bit as well, because what I've seen to notice what happens when they do that, they're able to get a little play action here and there. Right? They're able to get a little play action, able to hit the tight end or Willie Gaines deep down the middle or something like that. So the running game is something that they probably should think about doing a lot more. Right? I think Wilkerson has rushed the ball over 20 times, maybe once this whole season. And I just don't think that's enough touches for that young man. I really, really don't. And what can and back to what I was saying about the offense, Texas Southern is allowing 26 points a game, basically. They had 25.8, right? 25.8, and you have Jackson State, who has not scored under 25 points but once this season, and I think that was against Tennessee State. That's the only time they've been held under 20 points, and I think they won that game 16-10, something of that nature. So more than likely, Jackson State is going to put up over 25 points. Can Texas Southern put up enough points? I just don't see it. And they were able to blank Southern. They beat Southern 24-0, which was a shocker. A shocker for most people. A shocker for most people. Eugenia is in the building. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good broadcast last night. Are you airing the Gremlin game? I don't know. And I did a poll this morning. I think a lot of people are saying yes. But I don't know because I don't know if I want to just. That's a lot of talking, a lot of streaming. Again, I've been streaming since Thursday. I did the Valley game, A&M game on Thursday. I did the game last night, PV, and Alcorn last night. And then I plan to do the Texas Southern and Jackson State game. And I thought about throwing in the Gremlin game versus Pine Bluff today. It's Gremlin's homecoming. It's a lot of talking. Voice might go out. I don't know. I really, really don't know. And then I did this stream right here, right now. So I'm doing a pregame show right now. America's about to say smash that like button. Yeah, y'all hit that like button. And I ain't even got my banners rocking and rolling. If you like what we do over here, you can always hit the Cash App. You can hit the Cash App. Cash App is $ between the game sports. Each first letter and each word is capitalized. Sports is with a S and not a Z. As I've been told that somebody is using my Cash App tag out there, which is totally crazy to me. Sharon Brooks says this game this week have showed us that some teams come ready to play and never underestimate anyone. Looking forward to a good pace game. TSU has 4 players to keep an eye on. Absolutely correct. Yeah, that's why football is a crazy sport, because any given game, right? It used to just be any given Saturday, any given Sunday, but they have games on Thursdays and Fridays now. Any given game, a team can slip up, right? We've seen upsets happen, right? We've seen Alabama last year go to Texas A&M and take an L there. They didn't expect that to happen. We've seen UT almost pull up the upset against Alabama this year as Alabama hit the road. They were heavily favored. We've seen upsets happen. We've seen Appalachian State probably about 4, well, maybe more than that, probably about 6 or 7 years ago, where they went up to the big house in Michigan and pulled off the upset up there. So upsets can happen. Derek White says, remember, hit that like button. Yeah, appreciate you, my guy. Americans passed to travel. They played ASU before Campbell. Okay, Alabama State. Was that the game? Was that the game they gave it to Wilkerson? A lot. And Sharon Brooks is saying 40-27. Ooh. Yeah. L Boogie says, I'm ready to see Travis Hunter step up all the way up on D, interception or 2, few tackles, breakers, all that. To be the number 1 recruit, I'm looking for his impact as he is healthy. And L Boogie, for the most part, Travis's impact is probably not going to be implicated in the stat sheets. It's more of his presence on the field. And again, a lot of teams have not been going his way in a couple of games that he played. Last week, they tried to go at him a little bit. And then the Alabama State game, a couple of times, I think he got a deflection here or there. Then the first game of the season against FAMU, even when he wasn't healthy, he had 2 pass breakups and almost an interception. So his presence on the field, for the most part, is not going to be measured in the stat sheet. And I would love to see him get an interception. I'd love to see him get a pick 6, but a lot of quarterbacks have not been going his way. Basically, not even looking to his side of the field. So that makes it difficult for him to have an impact on the stat sheets. But I totally get what you said. Shamika Jones, hey again from Pittsburgh, Virginia. Hope you had a wonderful week. Let's go, Jason. Had a great week. It was a much, much better health week for as dealing with my allergies and stuff. So this week wasn't too bad. We did have a death in the family this week, which puts a damper on things a lot of time when you're dealing with death. But by the grace of God, you keep on moving forward, adjusting and adapting to life. That's how you go. Hope you're doing good, Seneca. Appreciate you, Real Gaming. L Boogie says, good point. Yeah, man, I know what I'm talking about just a little bit. I don't be up here just bloviating and rambling a lot of times. I really try to keep things in perspective. And I think that's why a lot of folks tend to like this channel, man. I think that's why a lot of folks tend to like this channel. So I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. So I didn't even went into the individual stats yet. Texas Southern holds the advantage in rushing yards, just by 2 yards, really. So not a big advantage there. And Texas Southern is averaging 167 yards a game as Jackson State comes in right behind them, averaging 165. And we know Jackson State, they're leading the nation on the defensive side of things in almost every single category. They're only allowing 80 yards rushing a game this season. I'm pretty sure that might be their goal to finish out the season, not allowing anybody to get over 100 yards, not allowing their team average to get over 100 yards. So I'm pretty sure that's a goal they probably have pinned up in the locker room bulletin board material. So Jackson State is averaging, only allowing 80 yards a game, and Texas Southern is way, way at the bottom at 10th, giving up 211 yards a game. So this is what I'm saying. The Jackson State continue to be who they are, right? And it's working out for them. It's completely working out for them. Or do they decide to say, you know what, we're gonna let our big boys loose. We're gonna let the offensive line go and hit somebody. And for folks who don't understand football a little bit, and the offensive linemen and their jobs, right? I'm not saying none of you guys in here you do, but I'm gonna give a little perspective. Offensive linemen, the easiest thing for them to do is what? Come off the ball and go hit the person that's in front of them. That's the easiest thing to do, right? And that's running the football. That's running the football. And we've seen when Jackson State has decided to run the ball, they can. And this is a game that they probably should. Decent road trip. I don't know how far Jackson is to Houston, but I'm considering it's probably a decent road trip, right? I'm considering it's a decent road trip. So, give your guys a chance to get out there, get warm, go hit somebody in the mouth, right? Hit the person that's in front of them right up and have no issues off the rip, right? And give it to Wilkerson. Let him do that thing. Let him do what he does. I can actually go to his thing right now. Let's see. Wilkerson is averaging 5.2 yards a carry. Say that again. 5.2 yards a carry. He's at only has 129 attempts on the season, averaging 84 yards a game. Right? Compared to a lot of the other guys that's leading, like is it Javion Howard at Alcorn? He has 190 attempts already on the season. He's already over 1,000 yards. They played their 9th game last night already, so he's already over 1,000 yards. And compared to what Wilkerson has, he has 50 plus carries more than this guy, and he's not too far behind him at 673 yards, in my opinion. If you could just kind of extrapolate that and put it together, Wilkerson could be leading the league in rushing, but that's not Jackson State's game, and I understand it. But I think this might be a game to let. Appreciate that, CJ. I think this is a game to let them dudes loose, man. To let them dudes loose. And Derek Christensen says, "How about them Braves?" Hey, how about them? How about them? Them boys pulled off a great win, and some folks were blaming that PV still was having a hangover from homecoming. That just might be true, but you got a job to do when you're an athlete, right? It's your job. You might be they might call you a student athlete, but for anyone who plays collegiate sports, man, that is your job. You rarely have time to go and get a regular job where you can get money in your pocket. You rarely have time to go hang out with the normal student body mass. It is your job. So I don't, in my opinion, I can't allow that to be an excuse. Yes, you have homecoming, but at the end of the day, you got to come back and get ready, get prepared, and ready to play. It was Coach Bubba McDowell's birthday yesterday. Shout out to Miss Richardson, his publicist. She has, I guess I can let the cat out of the bag, and we're working on it, but we're working on doing an interview with Coach Bubba McDowell between now and the end of the season. So y'all be on the lookout for that. And just Prairie View fans, SWAC fans, like we're working on an interview for Coach Bubba McDowell to come on this channel and give his thoughts about the season, about Prairie View and the direction that they're going. So I'm excited about that. Carl, appreciate you, Carl. So we almost at 100 folks. We're almost at 100 folks, man. Oh, yeah, they did show some gumption last night. Yeah, they did. We're almost at 100 folks. So y'all get them likes up. Game is at 6 o'clock tonight. Game is at 6 o'clock. Follow us on CJ Jones is laughing. Hello, all. And CJ Jones says, JSU flies short. Okay, well, there you go. There you go. Right? It ain't like the old days, I guess you could say. I guess it ain't like the old days, I guess you could say. Jackson State flies short. That's what's up, man. They got that deal with Southwest Airlines. Am I correct? Was it Southwest Airlines or Delta? And Felicia Clark says, hello, all. Did I miss something? Did I miss a comment? CJ Jones, look, that wasn't right. You letting that guy eat them hog maws and crackling cornbread. That brother sound fresh out. What? What am I missing there, CJ? What am I missing? Byron Hill says, how well can this JSU team compete with the SEC? Not. It just depends. But we got to understand the SEC and those, Power 5 conferences, man, they have linemen that are, and it's not the skills position. It's not the wide receivers or the DBs, mainly in my opinion. It's the in the trenches, the offensive line and the defensive line. That is be the biggest issue that Jackson State will have to deal with, on a consistent basis for a full game. I'm not saying they gonna get drove or anything like that, but dealing with that type of pressure and that consistency for 60 minutes is going to be tough for both sides, the offensive line and the defensive line. Be interesting to see. When I run, they ain't stopped nobody all year. Brittany, I'm just saying. My former colleague in the education world, you at the game. No, I'm not at the game, man. I wish I was. You missed it. We had a definitely family up here, so I decided to stay up here and make sure everyone was straight out here. And CJ says American Airlines, yeah. So I'm not at the game. I wish I was, but life goes on. Good day, my brother. I got my bottle chilling for the day. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Yes, sir. And for those of us from Houston, JSU staying at the Westin Galleria. Good. That might have been some information for the Texas Southern fans last night. Might have been the information. No, not at the game. Okay, you didn't switch up. Went to the YouTube page. When game delay, that brother you had that last long conversation that last week. Oh, I forgot the dude's name actually, man. He came in. I had to call him. Number. Y'all want me to put the call-in number back up today for today's show? Peach Blossom says, except for JSU and maybe family, all other SWAC teams cancel each other out. One win, we lose the next. And that's how it is in most conferences, right? And somebody was saying, man, the SWAC is bad. And we got to understand, for the most part, right, this thing goes in waves, right? And it all depends on your recruiting class for the most part. You look at schools like Alabama, right? They're at the top of the SEC most times. Alabama, Georgia. Who else you can throw in there? Alabama, Georgia. I'm using SEC as an example because it's the cream of the crop, as they say. So that 1-2 punch, for the most part, every single year, they are 1-2 in the conference. And then every now and then you can throw in a switcheroo. Like this year, you got Tennessee. You can throw an Ole Miss every now and then. But for the most part, the rest of those teams that's below those two teams, they switch in and out almost every single year. Right? Remember, back in the day, it used to be Florida was on top. Florida and Alabama used to be the cream of the crop. It switches out, and it depends on the recruiting class. It depends on how guys develop. So right now, Jackson State and FAMU, just who happen to be on the same side of things, are usually the two better teams. And that might be something that SWAC can consider doing getting away from the divisions and, going and taking the best two teams out the whole conference might be something they might want to think about. I don't know. Prominent city in the Astro. Let's go, man. It's crazy. Bama Black Clemson. Like Clemson in the ACC, right? There is them and then almost every single body else. In the Big Ten, you have Michigan, and then you have Ohio State. And then sometimes you can throw in Michigan State or Iowa in there. So for folks who like analyze these conferences and stuff, we just gotta understand. Usually it's about 2 or 3 teams at the top are good, and then everybody else just kind of falls into place after that. You can take your pick. I'm just saying. But back to this game that's happening at 6:00 again on this channel. We will probably go live about 5:30. So tell your mama, tell your dad, tell your cousin, girlfriend, husband, wives, everybody, y'all come in and enjoy the stream. Again, I'm thinking about doing the Pine Bluff game. I just don't know. I don't know if I want to spend my whole Saturday streaming. I don't know if I want to do that, man, but don't know. Pastor Travis says, smash the like. Yeah. Hit that like button for me. Also, if you have subscribed right now, let us know in the comments so I can give you a shout out. If you have subscribe and hit that like button. If you have done that, let me know. If you're on Facebook, heart this stream, like it, care for it, all that good stuff. Well, back to this guy. I want to talk about this kid, and he deserves to be mentioned. Mr. Andrew Body. He deserves to be mentioned. TXU, for the most part, preseason predictions, this team was picked to finish dead last. This team was picked to finish dead last. Oh, good Lord, I messed that up. And here we are, towards the end of the season. He has his team sitting at 3-2 in the conference with a chance to be tied for first place. And he deserves some respect. He deserves some credit. Him and Coach McKinney. I think it's Coach McKinney or McKinley. I want to say Coach McKinney. They've done a tremendous job of having these guys rallied and ready to go. They have some very, very nice wins. Prime example, going to beat Southern out here in Arlington in the Classic out here in Arlington. And they spanked them 24-0. So Andrew Body deserves to get mentioned. I know everybody wants to see Shedeur Sanders, and he has the Beats by Dre commercials. He has the Gatorade commercials. He has the big NIL deals. Deservedly so. But this young man, Andrew Body, if he entered the transfer portal right here, right now, there are going to be plenty of schools calling this, hitting this line. There are going to be plenty of folks hitting this line. Andrew Body has played a hell of a season. The offensive line has not been the best. And somehow, some way, he's been able to win games again. His team is at 3-2 in the conference with a chance to beat Jackson State today and get them tied for first place. And I had Butch Alcindor on this channel before the season started, the voice of the SWAC, who will be calling the game today. Actually, he'll be calling the game today. Had him on this channel early this season, and he mentioned that Texas Southern was going to surprise some folks. And if I remember correctly, I think I did agree with him on that. And here we are, man. I'm looking like I know what I'm talking about just a little bit. And for y'all who don't know, man, football not even my sport. I'm a basketball dude. But I just know sports and I know teams and I know how things should look here and there, this and that. But Andrew Body, for the season, is only completing 57%, right? It's only completing 57% of his passes. He's 109 of 190. He has 6 interceptions and 8 TDs. Not the greatest of stats, but he's showing up in key moments, in my opinion. So that's why I'm talking about this young man, and that's why I said he should have this game circled, saying that, hey, I am that dude as well. Yeah, we know Shedeur. We know the world's talking about him, but I am that dude as well. So I feel like y'all should be giving him some credit, giving him some understanding. Phyllis Speaks is in the building. Yes, sir. Can't wait for tonight. Yeah, appreciate it. Hit that like button. Appreciate it. Just out on you folks in the comments, I want to get y'all honest opinion. I know we probably have way more Jackson State fans in here. I get it. But if y'all been paying attention like I've been paying attention, everybody he deserves to be talked about. And I'm going to give him his credit because he has a team in a position to finish in first. That's all you can ask. All you can ask. JSU got a chance to set the tone with them to their bowl win today. They totally dominate TSU. They will be lined up to make SWAC history. Yes. Sharon Book says, welcome, hit that like button. 105 watching, 34 likes. Your support actually helped with the analytics of YouTube. Suggest the channel others. Yeah. There you go. Appreciate you, Sharon. Sharon got it figured out. Appreciate you. Byron Hill says, great content and commentary. Appreciate you, my guy. King Los, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you coming back. What up, man? Hope you're ready for tonight. Do you think Biden will hit the transfer portal? I don't think so. I think he finished his career at Texas Southern. I don't see why not. I think he enjoys playing there. I know he doesn't enjoy getting, chased around a lot, but I think he enjoys playing there. Any Cowboys fans on here? Yes, Cowboys fans everywhere. I'm not one, but I'm not a fan of a team except for the Astros. SWAC needs a basketball team for us to get behind nationally. Man, Texas Southern basketball is going to be pretty damn good this year. They have a guy by the name of John Walker III, who my guy Hope Jordan was one of his AAU coaches when he was younger. And he has a video with him. He ain't even put out yet. But John Walker III, we were talking about him either last night or a couple of days ago. Me and Hope talk on the phone almost every couple of days. And we were talking about John Walker III. This dude, he might be the SWAC Conference Player of the Year. John Walker III, 6'10", plays for Texas Southern, long arms. He was a Power 5 kid, went to Texas A&M, and then realized, like, hey, different level out here. But, he's found his niche at Texas Southern, and he might have a chance to win the SWAC Player of the Year, which is hard to do. JSU has brought positive attention to college football, not just HBCU. Yep. Andrew Body should go to PV. Maybe. Trayson Connolly, the quarterback at PV, not the most accurate quarterback, and I'm surprised Mike ain't came here. He's talking about how the quarterback play needs to get better throughout the conference, throughout HBCU, and just I can kind of agree with him because we can say quarterback play needs to get better across the nation, right? Almost any school who doesn't have a what's the kid name at UNC, North Carolina? He's playing a great year. The Heisman Trophy winner at Alabama. Like, a lot of teams don't have those type of guys, right? We just got to be honest. So, Connolly, I think he's a sophomore, maybe. It's going to be tough. But I think Andrew Body finishes at Texas Southern, right? I don't see why. Like I said, to me, it feels like he enjoys playing at Texas Southern. To me. Right? But again, this is the game where this young man should be saying, hey, you know what? I'm that dude as well. And I'm trying to find the stat where, sacks. Let's see. Texas Southern has given up 15 sacks on the season, which is still pretty good. But for the most part, Andrew Body has not gotten no sacks because he's able to escape and throw the ball away in a correct place with his yard. But overall, from what I'm seeing from my own eyes and a couple games I've seen, they should have given up more sacks. The offensive line is not the best, right? And then you have a team like Jackson State coming in the season. They're leading the conference in sacks with 31, just a one sack lead, right, over Alcorn, but Alcorn has already played their 9th game, right? So it's going to be interesting, right? You got guys like, again, Niles Gaddy, Aubrey Miller, all these dudes ready to rock and roll. coming down. Aubrey Miller has been playing like a man possessed. Man possessed since he came back from that bogus targeting call. If y'all follow this channel, y'all know how I feel about the targeting call. I hate it with a passion. I don't even like using that word hate. I hate the targeting call. It pisses me off every time I think about it. Like, we got to understand with the targeting call. We know these kids are not trying to go out there and hurt nobody. Man, they're not built like that, right? They're not going out there with malintent, right? And a lot of times the targeting call comes from when the defender, especially the quarterback, is getting ready to make a play and they change their body, the head angle. And football is so hard. If a guy's coming in ready to make a tackle and the defender switches that up right when he's getting ready, it's hard to adjust your body movement in football because you're playing so fast. I hate the freaking targeting call. Hate it with a passion. Jay Blue said he the quarterback was decent last night. I can tell he loves and takes the game and football seriously. Yeah, I know if he loves it like he did. I know man, y'all know the looks. I don't know if y'all saw that PV game last night. Y'all know the looks that young man got in the locker room yesterday. The looks that he's probably getting on campus right now. And it sucks, man. At the end of the day, hopefully he had a couple of teammates come up to him like, hey, man, that loss wasn't on you, right? One play doesn't lose you the game. One play can win you the game. One play doesn't lose you the game. And it's unfortunate. Again, like that kid was so wide open. He could be running. He can be running to the Texas Southern Jackson State game right now. That's how wide open that young man was. With what's going on in Coach Sanders, actually, I don't see him leaving until 2024. JSU Jackson Metro needs to come up with money to keep the coaches down. Yeah, got to do something. Auburn making sure he's going to get drafted, man. I don't know what round he's going to get drafted in, but that young man has been on a mission. And I said it before the beginning of the season that he was probably going to win Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know if he's going to win, but he's damn sure He's damn sure in the conversation. He's in the conversation. Same as saying with the targeting call. Yeah, man, I hate it. King Los is saying, I have faith in Texas Southern. They stood in the ring and fought against UTSA. James is saying. So we got some TSU folks in here. You TSU folks, let us know, man. Again, if you have subscribed today, let us know in the comments. I got my sound effects working. Let me make sure. I think I got my sound effects working. Yep, they working. They're working. So we can get you right. We can give you a proper welcome. Eugenia Brown said that TSU doesn't have a remedy for JSU defense, which I don't think they do. They're going to have a long night. And I'm leaning towards that. Again, my score prediction, and I'm going off of what, just basically the numbers, right? Basically the numbers, and I'm going off what Jackson State has been giving up for the season, right at about, they're giving up like right under 10 points. So I gave Texas Southern, because they're playing at home, they're going to play with some energy. They're probably going to make a big play here and there. I'm giving them 10, and I'm going Jackson State 38. So my prediction for the score is 38-10 Jackson State, and I'm basing that off the numbers, and I'm basing that again off of Texas Southern. They're going to make some plays. They're at home. They know folks are coming down, and I don't know. Houston folks are very, very prideful, man. You see a bunch of H's being thrown up out there. Gonna be a great game, in my opinion. I'm hoping so. PV should have put that game away before he even got to that point to drop Derek White. Yeah, and honestly, Alcorn should have put the game away before he even got to that point. Alcorn completely dominated the first half, and all they could get was 9 out of that. All they can get was 9 points out of that first half. When the tail of the tape, if y'all watch that game, they completely dominated that game, and they were only up 9-0. And then they come out in the third quarter very lackluster, as folks have been saying all season long about Alcorn and their third quarter performances. From what I was told, they haven't won a third quarter yet this season. And so PV comes out and goes 16 points unanswered. Bobby D, what's good? What's up, fam? I can't wait to see Houston get shut down tonight with the Astros. Now, Astros I doubt the Astros lose tonight, man. I think Astros in 6 before the series started. I said Astros in 6, so I'm hoping I'm right. And I'm probably gonna put on my Astros hoodie tonight. Man, I got an Astros hoodie in the closet. I ain't even put on. I might put it on tonight. Delta Blue says JSU is swap royalty. It's looking like it. Looking like it. Jay Blue says Alcorn left 3 TDs on the field first. Yeah, absolutely. That game shouldn't even been that close. Shouldn't even been that close. And to be honest, they could have put PV away early in the game. About mid-second quarter, that game should have been over with. Jay Blue, their kicker, was the MVP in my opinion. Yeah, he held it down. He absolutely held it down for them. And for y'all folks who are used to being on the channel, y'all like the red outline or the black outline? I'm a black guy, usually in black, but y'all got y'all in red today in y'all words and the descriptions and stuff. So red or black? Just trying a different color, trying to make it not so mundane for y'all. Right? The game starts at 6 o'clock on this channel, on this Between the Game Sports channel. We will probably start about 5:30, right? We like to kind of get in here a little early, get stretched out, get hyped up a little bit, get our sound effects out, everything works. So we usually start about 5:30, 30 minutes before the game starts, which that happens. The game probably start about 6:05, 6:07, somewhere in there. So y'all make Kyler Evans, make sure you come back. So again, subscribe to this channel, and then once you subscribe, you hit that bell button, and it'll let you know when we go live, when the game starts. Mississippi going to 7A sports. How many do Texas have public schools? Our biggest is 6A. Our biggest is 6A, which is like the likes of North Shore. If y'all never heard of North Shore, North Shore is nationally ranked. They've been dominating Texas football. About the last 4 or 5 years, they've been in I want to say probably 4 of the last 5 state championships. But I think 4 state championships. They won a state championship back in 03, 04. They've always been good. Katy, which is on the outskirts of Houston, they've always been good. But North Shore has just completely surpassed them, and they figured it out at North Shore. A lot of folks was trying to get North Shore to build a new high school, right? And Houston, the area is steadily growing. And North Shore, what they told them was they're not building a new high school, because once you build a new high school, what do you have to do? You have to split that talent, right? And this is what happened to all the Pearland schools on the outskirts of Houston. Pearland schools came in hot. We had a school called Shadow Creek. They came in, they was getting so much talent. They went to state. I think they maybe lost to North Shore at one point, and then they built another high school. What happened to that school? They lost a lot of talent. This is why Dallas schools haven't figured out, like the Duncanvilles. The Duncanvilles are not going to build another high school. They know better. What else is out here? The Denton Geyers and stuff like the Allen. Allen is like if y'all never been to Allen, Texas, which is probably about 15 minutes from where I live right now. Allen High School has one of the best football stadiums in all the sports, all the football sports. I'm not talking about professional level. But Allen's football stadium can compete with probably about 20-25% of collegiate football stadiums. It's ridiculous, man. They're not going to build another high school out there. I believe Allen is 6A as well. So they got to figure it out. But man, going to 7A, that's crazy. Houston is heavy with the killing of takeoff. Rest easy, so I pray both teams focus and have fun. Let's go, JSU. Yeah, very, very, very crazy moment out there. I don't even like following it. Fearless Speak says, Aubrey got to get drafted here, beats. Yeah, I think he will. CJ Jones says, I heard of Katy. Man, Katy football used to be. Katy football cost my high school. In the early 90s, when my brother was in school, my oldest brother was in school, it cost them probably cost my high school 2 state championships. We could not beat Katy. They could not beat Katy. So it is what it is. And Katy is just big old. Katy, if you follow, Katy is like Wisconsin. Just got these big old linemen, and then they usually have a black running back or 2. They go out there, and that's how they do things. That's how they do things. Back to the game. I know I get off topic sometimes, but it is what it is. I gotta keep up with what's going on in the comments. Shedeur. We ain't talked about Shedeur yet. Obviously, he's leading the country. He might be leading the country actually in completion percentage, but he's lapped everybody in completion percentage in the SWAC for sure. He's the only one averaging over 70% completion. And I want to say this is actually down for him last year. I know at one point he was completing about 80-something last year. And I think it dropped down to about 78% completion rate last year. But he's the only quarterback in the conference averaging over 71% completion. He's the only quarterback in the conference that's averaging over 300 yards a game. He's the only quarterback in the conference efficiency-wise who's over 150. So all numbers, all storylines is leading to Shedeur Sanders being the conference player of the year, which a lot of folks predicted that he will be. And I just don't see if anybody can dethrone him. He's been almost perfect. He does have a couple of bad interceptions. He has a couple of bad interceptions. What is he? I think he had two against was it Bethune-Cookman? Was it BC? He had two bad interceptions. And I'm just like, and to my opinion, I'm like, that took him out of the Heisman race. But he still only has 5 on the season with 24 touchdowns. And I said for him to get in the Heisman talk completely, win the SWAC outright, throw for about 38 touchdowns and less than 5 interceptions, if I remember correctly. I did a preview show about this. Less than 5 interceptions. So he's sitting at 5 right now. He had 24 touchdowns passing. I can't remember how many rushing touchdowns he has. So I said about 38 passing, and I think he needed about 8 or 9 rushing touchdowns to put him at 40 something plus total TD. So the kid is deserving all that he's getting right now. And I know it's not going to happen. I want Jackson State to run the ball. This evening, but I know it's not going to happen. Even when they get in the red zone, right? Y'all pay attention to Jackson State. They are really like less than 10 yards, like 10 yards from the goal line. They're still throwing the ball, right? And I know that's the new trend. The new trend of college football, like throwing the ball on the 5-yard line and things like that. But I think Wilkerson is a guy that can get you 5 yards in 2 plays, 3 plays, right? The way he's played, the way the offensive line has played. But, they're going to get Shedeur his stats, and deservedly so sometimes. But I don't really have to harp too much about what Jackson State needs to do. It's what Texas Southern needs to do. And I go back to the recipe that I've been saying for teams to beat this team, to beat this Jackson State team. They're going to need 5 to 7 3-and-outs. They're going to need 5 to 7 3-and-outs. And that's not even including, Jackson State gets 2 first downs here and there, and then you got to make them punt. They're going to need 5 to 7 3-and-outs. Andrew Body is going to have to play the game of his life, right, where he goes, 21 or 25, 280, 2 touchdowns and a running touchdown, something of that nature. And Texas Southern's defense is going to have to cause 3 turnovers. And 3 turnovers minimum. Like 2 picks, fumble recovery, anything like that. Special teams is going to have to make a play where they either get a big punt return, kick return, or they're going to have to force, Jackson State. Jackson State has fumbled the ball a couple of times on their punt returns, right? Just trying to catch the ball. So if they can get something like that, and I know it sounds very, very generic and bland, but that is the recipe for them right now, man. That is the recipe to beat this team. If I'm lying, I'm dying. CJ Jones says Shed not a great runner, but he's causing defenses to keep somebody home, so he's able to get lots of single cover. And CJ, is that you? I want to CJ, I believe it's you. You said every time Shedeur runs well, and forgive me if I forgotten, but I believe it's you. You said every time Shedeur runs well, Jackson State wins easily. And that's what happened. He's not the best athlete. Some folks said he's between Tom Brady and let's see who's a quarterback that's not the fastest. Maybe like a Deshaun Watson. Between Tom Brady and Deshaun Watson, maybe just mix those two guys together. Deshaun Watson's not the fastest guy. Shedeur's not the fastest guy. But he made some plays last week, right? The two touchdown runs that he had, the one where he did the old Billy White shoes dance in the end zone, that was funny to me. Most teams don't have good backs. They don't focus on them like they did in the past. Yeah, running backs are a thing of the past, and this is why I said, like, folks are saying, oh, for sure. Ooh, let me close this water. I got this water open right by my laptop. Most folks saying that Wilkerson is going to get drafted. And I said he's going to make it to the NFL. I don't know if he's going to get drafted because the value of the running back has just depleted completely. Right? You're finding guys like Tony Pollard that plays for the Cowboys. He was a 4th-round draft pick out of Memphis, I believe. Like, so Mike Anderson, who Wilkerson reminds me of, I think he was undrafted. So running backs are it's like NFL teams are like, okay, well, we can find a running back anywhere, any given time. They're not being taken in the 1st and 2nd round a lot of days anymore. So I think he's going to make it to the NFL. But I don't think he's going to get drafted. And that's just, he's still young though. 54-year-old eyes can't see this text to send. Hey, it happens. We're almost at 200, folks. Let's see if we can get to 200. I think I might actually open up. The stream link for anybody who wants to come in and share their thoughts. I think I'm gonna put the stream link up for anybody who wants to come in and share their thoughts. Chris says facts. Yeah. The running backs are just not valued like that anymore. So, but for me, Texas Southern, for them to win the game, they're going to have to create turnovers. And again, it sounds very, very generic, but this is the recipe. This is the recipe. This is how Alcorn was able to beat A&M last night. No, this is how Valley was able to beat A&M. They created turnovers, right? If y'all saw that game, Mr. Casey, the quarterback for Alabama A&M, which I like, I think he has the tool, he has the looks, has the arm. He made a couple of 50-50 throws, which a lot of quarterbacks do. The receivers did not help him out. But at the end of the day, defensive back for Valley went up and got 2 big picks near the goal line, right? And they caused a fumble on one possession. So that's 3 turnovers right there, right? So 3 turnovers and able to convert them. I think Texas Southern, that's something that they should pay attention to on the film. On the punt return, Willie Gaines has fumbled the ball. Kevin Coleman has fumbled the ball on punt return, just trying to catch it on a fair catch and drop the ball. So that's something that I think Texas Southern, they're gunners, right, on punt coverage. They need to be trying to get down the field and make sure if a ball is dropped, that they're right there ready for it. And that kind of play right there can change the whole momentum of a game. Anybody subscribe? Let me know. Anybody subscribe? He reminds me of Elway when Elway first came into the league. I was at the game the first time Elway played the Oilers and got to meet him at age 14 at Shedeur. Shedeur reminds me. Okay, Elway wasn't the fastest either. Yep. Sad, man, but shouldn't be like that. That's been Bama's secret sauce. Please hit that like, yeah, please do. Again, so I'm going to go ahead and actually open up the stream if anybody wants to join and come up and share their thoughts. I know a lot of folks sometimes don't want to get on. You ain't got to turn your camera on, but they don't want to hear your voice. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to put the call-in number on the game tonight. I will. Jackson State special teams needs to get better. Chris, you're absolutely right. That's one facet of the game. I would say they punt return has not been good. The kick return, they've had some pretty decent kick returns. I'll give them that. They haven't had a special team score. I don't think so. Let me make sure. I don't think they've had a special team score. No, I don't think they've had a special team score. No, as far as I know, no. As far as I know, no. That, as far as I can see, no. Isaiah Bolden is averaging 26 yards on a kick return, so pretty good, right? So pretty good. CJ Jones said, when has it been a breakdown? What are you talking about? I guess that's your response to Chris. But yeah, I will be going live today at 5:30. 5:30. I need to go check the community tab for the results on the Pine Bluff and Grambling game results. Should I do that game or not? I don't know, man. I want to make sure I'm right for tonight, but I also don't want to spend my whole day streaming. I don't want to spend my whole day streaming, and I love doing these things. I really do. I really do. But I also like, man, you gotta pick and choose. You gotta pick and choose what you can and can't do. You don't want to wear yourself out. And this is game number between the NFL and college football. I think this is game number 13 or 14, something like that, maybe. So I don't want to wear myself out. We got college basketball coming up pretty soon. Philly Speaks says, and what we're going to have the best kicker in college sports. Franklin, what up, Franklin? JSU will dominate today. Probably so. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that like button, subscribe. And if you got any other social media platform, right? Especially Facebook. If you have Facebook, then go to the Facebook page Between the Game Sports and just like and follow the page. You ain't even got to be active on there. Just like and follow the page. We need to get that up to about 1,000 followers. 1,000 followers. So we had like 800 and something. So we need to get that up to about 1,000. So go to the Facebook page, like and follow, so we can get that rocking and rolling. I'm trying to build a Between the Game Sports community. As y'all see, I'm rocking the red hoodie today. Trying to build that up. If you have Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, anything like that, you can follow us on there as well. But Facebook for sure. If you have Facebook, please do so. And if you like what we do over here, you can always hit super chat, super thanks, super sticker through YouTube or through Cash App at $ Between the Game Sports. Each first letter is capitalized in each word. And it's sports with an S and not a Z. Sports with an S and not a Z. Yeah, man, always blessed. CJ Jones says, stay blessed. Shut it down at 12:30, man. Get you some rest and pre-production done. Yeah. I wonder if we see Travis' first TD today. First TD or pick? I don't know. That's a good question. So, y'all, any bettors in here? Any bettors? I'm not a bettor. I'm just posing the question to the comments. Travis Hunter get his chances of him getting his first TD today or his first interception. Which one you think will happen today? Put it in the comments. Travis Hunter getting his first TD or his first interception. It could be both. If he gets a pick six. If he gets a pick six, it could be both. All right, so if anybody wants to join the link, it's the same for Facebook, same for YouTube, or the same for Twitch. Just copy and paste it. You can come up here and share your thoughts. I do open the stream up for folks every now and then. I do so. Doubt they throw his way, but once something says TD and Sharon Brooks is saying both. So it might be both. It's quite possible, man. You know what? I would love to see Travis Hunter get in the end zone. I want to see some of his personality come out. And Jay Blue says body ain't stupid. He ain't throwing his way over there at all. Not many teams. Man, who was that? I want to say Campbell challenged him a couple of times. And didn't work out. The guy is really, really good. He's super talented. He's electrifying. As soon as you see that he catches the ball, you can hear the crowd erupt, right? And I would say this because, as I've come to do some of these streams and cover these games and, research these sports teams, I would say this, and I knew this off the rip. And I knew Jackson State fans traveled well. I knew this. So I'm saying that to say I wouldn't be surprised how much you hear of Jackson State in the stadium tonight. I wouldn't be surprised. Texas Southern fans don't really get down like that, travel like that. And even with, the game being right down the street from Texas Southern, I wouldn't be surprised Jackson State takes over the stadium. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm keeping it a buck. I always try to keep it a buck with y'all. So you just hear when Travis Hunter gets the ball, the electricity that comes through the stadium. Like y'all are so ready for this guy to get right and playing a bunch of scrubs. Trent, see, what does that mean? There are no. And I gotta Trent, your response, because I have a rebuttal to that. It's gonna be crazy. This is today. The football game and the baseball game is going on at the same. Yeah, downtown Houston gonna be crazy. Y'all if you there, make sure you are watching your back because my city has become just stupid. People doing stupid stuff. Make sure you park at a legit spot. Right, and there's gonna be plenty of folks out there with signs saying $10 parking here, free parking there. Make sure you're parking in the right spot. Make sure if you're a young lady, make sure you're not traveling by yourself because it's still crazy out there, man. It's crazy in any city, but I do know what's going on. It's crazy. Human trafficking is still heavy, so make sure you're protecting yourself. You got some mace. You ain't got anything like that. Take your keys. If you got some keys, put your keys in between your knuckles and walk like that. Make sure you're walking in groups and not by yourself. Just keep your head on the swivel, man, because especially with holidays coming up, man, y'all know how it goes when the holidays come around. Folks tend to start just doing even more stupid stuff. More stupidity comes out. Folks are struggling for money. They're trying to get things out and about. Trying to fulfill on promises that and so when you don't have money, and that's what the government don't understand. Maybe they do understand, and I hate to go this route, but when you have a bunch of bills and this and that, and resources are low, what happens? Crime rate usually goes up, man. They correlate. They correlate, and I don't want to get into all that, but what I'm saying is to be safe, be careful. It's gonna be a lot of traffic. Don't rush. A lot of traffic going on. A lot of traffic going on. Jeshua on base there is there. So, yeah. Franklin says it's going to be crazy. He says I read that already. We're about to take over PNC Stadium. Jeshua beat the band out of man. And again, man, I want y'all to hold me accountable. I'm getting to a Jackson State game next year. At Jackson, I'm getting to a game, so y'all subscribers, y'all folks in here, y'all make sure y'all hold me accountable. I can easily get to a Texas Southern game anytime I want to. It's right down the street from where I'm at. Who had Jackson State played? Tell me who. Trent C, you play, and I'm glad you play who's on your schedule, right? You play who's on your schedule. You cannot, once the schedule is made, you can be like, okay, now we don't want to play y'all. Right? We don't want to play y'all. We're going to go play somebody else. You play who's on your schedule. You can't, especially in conference, right? And again, the same thing. I see you got the Alabama sticker on your helmet. Same thing with Alabama, right? Folks a lot of times say, man, who does Alabama play? They play Georgia or they play LSU almost every single day. Usually everybody else be like, well, they ain't playing nobody, right? They don't consider South Carolina State a threat to Alabama. They don't consider Florida a threat to Alabama. Right, in most cases. So you play who's in front of you, and you're supposed to dominate your conference. If Jackson State is that much better than everyone, then they're supposed to make people look bad. But I'm not going to disrespect collegiate athletes because it's. Ooh, you almost made me curse. It's hard work being a collegiate athlete. It's one of the hardest things you'll ever do out training. I don't know if you played or not, but if you did play, you should understand. So I don't try to disrespect these young men and young women that play at the Division I level. I play at any college level because it's damn hard, man. It's hard, and folks need to start appreciating what these young people go through. Yeah, you can go through your emotions being a fan and this and that, but at the end of the day, these are young kids who are not mentally mature at, brain-wise all the time until about 25, 26 years old. They're 18, 17 to 22-year-old kids who are playing a sport. And we got to understand that. And for kids to be at games getting, kickers and stuff, getting death threats and all this, like, that's craziness. Craziness. That kicker didn't go into that game trying to miss that field goal. Like the kid last night at Prairie View A&M. Yeah, it sucks, but he didn't plan to drop that ball. So we got to stop that, man. And, I'm going to get off of it because y'all kind of pissed me off with that, and I'm not even that type of person. Not even that type of person. As Trent, Trent, this is my last reply to you. I'm going to tell you like I tell folks who come in here tripping usually. You about to get sent to Alcatraz, or you about to get sent to Rikers Islands, or as we say down in Texas, you about to get sent to the Sam Houston, to Huntsville. So, man, like, just come in here and chill and enjoy, man, like that kind of nonsense we don't really, get down with over here. Sharon Brooks said Tish is offered parking at the school and shuttle to the game. So, yeah, that makes sense. Good afternoon. This is Cheryl from Atlanta. What up? Close for business. God is good. America's team. Jackson Altador says, goodbye. Yeah, I'm usually cool. OC Tillman says, JSU 40. Texas selling 17. So I have it 38-10 as I see something 008 says 35-10. So I have it 38-10. Maybe you're talking about the Tennessee score. What y'all got today? Tennessee at Georgia. I haven't really paid attention to them. Close for business, close probably make sure his players are treated like royalty. Absolutely. And Mr. 24 said 31-17 Jackson State. 31-17 Jackson State. All right, so, I went on my little crazy spiel right there. I think we got up to about 200 and something folks. What? It's not right. Why is the team who beat JSU not getting the exposure? Nobody has beat them this year, right? Nobody has beat them this year, and again, the team that beat Jackson State in the Celebration Bowl last year, they're not competing at a high level this year. They're not playing as well. They still have a chance maybe to win their conference, but it is what it is. And Q Riley says he's trolling. Yeah, I understand. I think Trent been in here before. Maybe so, but I'm not going to entertain it anymore. I Love TX says 45-7 Jackson State. 45-7 Jackson State. So, man, I'm gonna go check the community tab. I might do the Gremlin game. It is their homecoming. Gremlin versus Arkansas Pine Bluff. Pine Bluff has not won a game in conference this year. So I might check it out. Man, I might check it out. I don't know. Let me make sure. Yeah, Pine Bluff has not won a conference game. They have won a game. They've won 2 games on the season, but they have not won a game. Yeah, he trolling. It's good. Smash that like button. Yeah, y'all smash that like button. Again, as always, if y'all really like what we do over here, we do take donations. It's not a requirement. I will never make anybody require anybody. You can join, become a member to the channel if you want to become a member. The lowest membership is $1.99. And if you want to become a member, you have to do it from the laptop or your computer desktop. If you do it on the phone, you have to change your view to desktop view, and you'll see the membership. It'll say join. Lowest membership is $1.99. Mid-level is $6.99. And then the highest level is like $17 or $18.99. Not a requirement, but if you want to, but we will. Once we get to 50 members, we will start doing private streams only, right? We'll do a couple of streams that are only private. We'll have some videos that's only private. You get discounts for the BTGS gear. We do have an online store, so anything like that. So, it might be something, if you really rock with us, you like what we do, it might be something you consider to check out and get into. But let's see. A couple more comments, and we'll probably get ready to get out of here. Big Chief says 40-70. Again, if y'all have subscribed today, let me know. Let me know before we get out of here. If you have subscribed today, let me know. And I suggest you subscribe and hit that bell button. Subscribe and hit that bell button because the bell button will let you know as soon as a live is getting ready to start. As soon as the live is getting ready to start, it'll pop up. Your notification bell will pop up, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. So, game is at 6 o'clock. Jackson State versus Texas Southern. Y'all make sure y'all come in. I'll be going live at 5:30. 5:30 Central Time. Let's get it. Jackson State versus Texas Southern. I appreciate y'all coming through here early Saturday morning, as we will probably get ready to rock out if nobody's going to join the stream. I did put the stream link up in the comments, but nobody decided to come up. So y'all make sure if you're coming back at 5:30, give me a 100 in the comments. Give me a thumbs up in the comments. Let me know. If you're coming back at 5:30, let me know. And bring some people with you, man. Bring some people with you. So make this stream very, very interesting. It's always interesting, especially during the blowouts. If the stream is dead, it makes me like want to go to sleep. So, like, if it's a blowout, either way, Jackson State or Texas Southern, right? If you bring folks with you and be active in the chat, be active in the comments, it makes the stream a lot better. Again, and for folks who are new, y'all know we have fun over here, man. Y'all know we have fun over here. We keep it very respectful. We do, trash talking is allowed, but, we don't do the cursing over here. We keep the stream clean because sometimes you might have a kid in here who don't need to be hearing that kind of conversation. You might have some elderly folks in here who don't want to hear that or see that all up in the conversation. So I keep it clean as possible. The moderators keep it clean as possible. So I appreciate everyone who does hold it down for sure. OC, tell me you look good. You play good, D. I love you. Yeah, you do. Stan Foran says, go HBCU. Yeah. I live in H-time at JSU is today, Delta Blue. So Shamika says she'll be back at 5:30. Yep, 5:30. Okay, gotcha. Delta Blue says, subscribe today. Appreciate new subscriber, and I can't remember. Yep, there we go. Salute to you, Delta Blue. Much love and appreciation. I know Sharon to be here. I know we're going to have some folks here. Appreciate you. American Pastors Travel says, everyone be safe. Yep, always going to put in the work. Salute to the chat. See y'all on the next one. Yep, we'll be here. Eugene. I know Eugene will be here. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Keep it clean. Yo, got to keep it clean, man. And even in my own life, I try not to curse. Working on that, man. Working on it. You got to try to. Hey, man, as you get older, you start to realize, like, man, cursing ain't, like, you don't even need it. You don't even need it, man. So, yo, what up? Yo, the game starts at 6, so make sure you come back at 5:30. Yo, I think you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you come back at 6. And Dots winning. She said game starts at 6. So I appreciate y'all. Much love and appreciation. If you subscribe today and you feel like telling me, man, it's cool, don't matter. Make sure you come back at 5:30. Let's have some fun. Jackson State versus Texas Southern as we get a last comment. Alexandria Coleman says JSU 52, Texas Southern 9. Ooh, good Lord. So beat down. Epic proportion is what she is predicting. But all right, man, we're going to shut it down. I appreciate y'all coming through. Much love and appreciation. And if you're new to the channel, I always leave y'all with some words of wisdom. Folks who know, man, y'all know my slogan, man. Y'all know my saying, on your best day, be better. Think about it. Between the Game Sports. I'm out. Peace.